Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable, where we attempt to chat about all things music. We are your hosts, Kim, Clint, Lyle, and Vicky. Please sit back and get into the music groove with us.
Because we will make you admit it.
It's a good thing to hear, honestly, because people may be like, oh, I don't like him either. Or
exactly.
He's not, so it's a good perspective to have.
And he's already hit the button, right?
Yeah. I knew he had, so I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to keep saying what I'm saying. He's just like looking at me like,
yeah.
We know you hit the button.
Right?
Yeah, so Someone's already in trouble. Is that the way it's going to be?
That's right, that's the way it's going to be.
We were talking about Lyle's dislike of Michael Bublé.
Which is very sad, but it's okay. We understand.
I don't dislike him. I respect him as a singer. It's just not my musical taste.
It's not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everybody has there are people in music that they're kind of like, no. I just was surprised by this one, though.
Yeah, I was too, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're friends.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, I did tell him to get out of the house. He's still here.
He's still here.
I'm still here.
Dang it.
Yeah.
He's the one that brought all this equipment. So
but I could escort
true.
him out and he could leave the equipment.
I could.
I told him he could have his microphone outside.
Yeah, that's right. She did.
It's got a long enough cord.
It's a long enough cord, yeah.
Some of these cords, yeah, we could.
yeah, so I can just picture this episode. You guys are talking away, and then you go, "Oh, look, a squirrel!"
Yeah, Lyle's in the backyard because he was bad. He said he didn't like this person. No, we won't do that. But it's funny to think about. Anyways, we are talking about Michael Bublé.
Why don't you think I like them?
Michael Bublé?
Yeah.
Maybe he's too soft for you?
I was going to say, you're more of a rock guitar person.
Yeah.
He's very jazz
easy listening.
And orchestra, big bands kind of guy. He's a crooner.
Do you like brass section type music? Yeah.
I haven't really listened to it, honestly.
No?
No.
So
and admittedly,
yeah,
he did try.
He did try.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. I did. I have been trying.
And that's fair.
And I really tried this morning.
Was there any? What songs did you listen to out of curiosity? Oh, he's good. He has a list.
No,
Does he have a list?
He always has a list.
I always have a list.
This is
it was
true.
actually
He's
the
king
first
of
few
lists.
songs that were on Spotify.
Okay.
So it's probably like Haven't Met You Yet.
Yeah.
And Home.
Feeling Good.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I love that one.
Really? That didn't get you? Vicky and I are like, no, get out. We're going back to you're doing it in the yard.
I didn't mind It's a Beautiful Day.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was listening to Feeling Good and I'm like, okay, next.
That is very jazzy though.
It is very jazzy.
I tried to listen to Sway and I'm like,
Oh my gosh, that's another really good one.
Home.
You didn't like Home?
I went right to, I skipped through the next few.
No.
And
You're killing me.
Do we need to
It's a Beautiful
tie
Day.
him to a chair so he has to listen?
Right?
To the whole song?
To all of it.
To the whole song.
He's got 8 or 9 albums?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of it. No.
He's going to have PTSD.
Anytime we're mad at him, this will be his punishment.
I think that sounds fair. Oh, well, you tried. We appreciate that.
Well, he's a good singer.
Yeah, he's a good person.
He's a good person. He's funny.
He is
very
funny.
funny.
Junos, okay?
He's so funny.
Yeah.
And I've seen him on The Voice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's good taste in music. But
He just couldn't get
it's
it.
I don't know.
Couldn't get into it.
It's
all
actually
good.
funny because
Do you like him?
yeah, I like him. You actually would have a lot of
so you guys can
similar
stay
interests. To meet Michael Bublé as a person. What?
Vicky just said, "Okay, it's good. You guys can stay married now.
You're safe. You're safe.
You're safe. You're not going to get kicked outside."
But outside of the music, Michael Bublé and you actually have a lot of similar interests.
Oh, totally.
He likes hockey,
100%.
so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and then some of the music that he actually listens to is in our
in
wheelhouse.
your genre. Yeah, exactly.
I know, and I just can't
So interesting.
can't get my head wrapped around that.
No.
He likes
AC/DC
heavier stuff,
and Guns N'
AC/DC,
Roses
that's what he
and-
listens to
Yeah.
before he does the show. I think it was
Yeah.
Highway to Hell or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did do research. And then he goes out and he performs his music, and I'm just like, but that's
Sympathy
not
for the Devil is
That's
the
what
song he
Sympathy for
listens
the
to
Devil. Yeah.
before he goes on stage.
So the Stones. So it's
Yeah.
like you perform that style of music, but you like the rock. But I get that because there's a lot of other artists that do the same thing.
Absolutely.
But
And it's what you grew up listening to too. And like he said, it's, you know, his grandpa got him into jazz. So like it all depends on where and when that hit your brain, hit your love, right? So I think that that speaks a lot to influence. So he's influenced by that memory, by that experience to
Since
do
he
that
was 5,
kind of,
apparently, is when he started listening. Yeah.
So I mean, and then the fact that he loves all the other kind of music, but he sings this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of like he hit a need of something that was there that really wasn't there as much as it was back in the day with like Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack and stuff like that. We were kind of lacking in that one, which Clint and I were talking about earlier. Kind of was like it was something that was missing, so he brought it back.
Well,
you didn't have that style of music so much anymore. Yeah.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like that, it's either heavy or it's, you know, you've got the R&B or whatever.
Country
pop. It's something that's, and that's probably why it's so popular. It's something completely different.
Yeah.
Well, that was we were watching an interview with him. I can't remember when he did this interview and stuff. And there were several things they brought up. As one, like he kind of pleaded his case to, I think it was Warner Music, to bring it in, and they're kind of going, well, why would we hire you?
We have Frank Sinatra.
We got Frank Sinatra, and Michael's like, yeah, but he's dead.
He's dead.
Here I am.
That's right. And I will work really hard, and I will, you know, do whatever I can to bring this basically back to life, which commendable. And that's when I brought up the thing. So Lyle, what were you saying about like with what you didn't like about it earlier, like the jazz kind of thing?
Yeah, I think I'm used to having more like guitar, drums, bass, but I get it, like, but that's what I'm used to hearing.
Right.
Very melodic.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to say.
It's the style of music that you grew up listening to.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you kind of now take that back to the people who would listen to Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, all those kind of things, and then you bring in Michael Bublé. So when we were watching this earlier, and he's been very widely compared to Frank Sinatra, but everybody's like, but he's not as good. I kind of call bullshit on that because actually, and people may not agree with this, I think he's better than Frank Sinatra because it is the same type of music, but he changed it and made it better.
Like modernized it.
He modernized it, yeah. So you're still kind of getting the brass band. You're still getting that same beat, that same melody, kind of melodic songs. But Frank Sinatra almost sang like it wasn't the same thing. Like, I don't know, like his was so different. I think I would way rather listen to Michael Bublé over Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, same.
But
I like the style, but
that's also generational. But that was one of the things and I don't know the actual number, so I'm going to get this wrong. But
Scott will tell you.
I don't even know if Scott will know. Scott will, but I don't know if he'll know these numbers. But when Warner Music did eventually sign him, they obviously, you know, this is all a numbers game and stuff for sales. And so they estimated him somewhere in the 50,000 to 100,000 album sales. That's, you know, if he can do that, there is success.
Yeah.
And like he's well over like 2 million plus in album sales. So far projected any of the numbers they had in going forth with him.
They did the math correctly.
Totally.
They underestimated his power. So it's fascinating that they thought it was going to be that much, and he just exploded any thoughts people had of what he could do. So, hey.
Well, apparently even his maternal grandmother thought he would just end up, like, knew he would be successful, but thought he would just be an opening act for somebody in Vegas.
Oh, I thought it was his grandpa.
I had that it was his his maternal grandfather. Yeah,
was his grandfather? Right. Yeah, his grandma. I can't remember.
I read grandmother, but
there is something about grandma too, though. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, because his grandpa's the one that paid for the singing lessons, so he's the one that was like, "Oh, you're good, but thanks, Grandpa."
Right?
You could do something with this, but you're going to be at this level, not not headlining
like you're
shows,
good, but I don't know if you're that good.
Yeah. Well, good enough that good enough he paid for his singing lessons and then offered plumbing services so he could sing at certain nightclubs in Vancouver. Which I thought, like, that just warmed my heart. Like, oh, like Grandpa.
Right? At the age of 16 only.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, ask what has your grandparent done for you?
Right? what grandparent has gone around for you and actually given their services so that you could get a leg up or whatever, to get onto the stage?
As all the grandparents that are listening going, we gave your parents life.
If it weren't for us, you wouldn't exist.
Well, it was just interesting, like how he was actually signed though to a record deal.
Was that what you were talking about? How he went there and he just like kind of said, "I will do whatever it takes."
Pleaded his
Well,
case.
I think before that, like how he met David Foster and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that part, yeah.
Yeah, because he was the aide to the former Prime Minister.
Yeah, Brian Mulroney.
Saw Bublé's performance at a business party.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he received a copy of Bublé's self-financed independent album.
Yeah.
And then he showed it to Mulroney and his wife, and then he was invited to sing at the wedding of Mulroney's daughter.
Yeah.
And that's where he met David Foster.
And that's where he met David Foster.
Yeah.
And then the only problem was
Circumstance.
David Foster was like, how do I market this?
Yeah.
But signed him,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah. But at first he was reluctant because of that. He didn't know how to market, but he finally convinced Foster to sign him, and the rest you could say was history. But that's an interesting start.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm just going to say that's as much as
That's
I
as much
know.
as you know.
Yeah. The rest is all.
I was going to say that's a good thing to lead though. Like any future budding artists out there and stuff, if you truly believe in yourself, find a way to do your own album release or whatever. Like because back in the 80s it was you did your own demo tapes and stuff like this. Like obviously nowadays people use the YouTube or whatever to get people to rely on them. But like if you put in the effort, get something made, get some tangible something out there that you can kind of hand off to people and see if they can take it and move. Like that's how you got to do that to propel yourself, and then market the shit out of yourself, because that's where the money is, people. Marketing.
Yep, 100%.
Well, then my question is, why do you guys like him so much? Honestly.
I think for me, it's just like you said. I've always been a fan of like the oldies per se as well, and he just brings back that old style of singing. And there's just something about the big band sound that I love.
It makes you sway. I don't know.
Exactly right.
It's just it sings to your heart. I don't if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it hits your emotions. Not that the other songs don't hit your emotions, but it's like it's not even necessarily his singing. It's like all that big band sound. Being
And
that
again,
we
to
grew up
see
around
it
bands,
live
right?
is like 100 times better than
Yeah.
listening to it on a CD or whatever, on the radio and stuff like that. Just like any live
Well,
performance is, but
I think that is a bigger thing for him,
His stage
is
presence.
because he is, like we're such a comedian.
Oh yeah.
When he does it, like his stage presence just is awesome. Like I haven't seen him in concert, would like to, but haven't seen him in concert. But I could just imagine from what I have seen, like it would be a show.
yeah. And like I said, I've liked his songs like since
Since he came
almost
out,
since he
Jesus.
started, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, I think it was after that first time I saw him in concert that I was
nailed
hooked.
it. That
I
was
was
it.
hooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've loved him ever since. But yeah, like I said, it's his
Stage presence,
the comedy.
Yeah.
It's like
it's the package.
it is.
His voice. I mean, his voice is really good too because it's like not too high, it's not too low. It's like
Yeah.
that perfect. Whatever that
You
tone
can
is,
sing along easily.
Yeah, there's those tones that you can hear in your ear that set off your endorphins.
Yes.
I think there's like some scientific kind of thing about that. That's I think where his range is.
Okay.
I was looking at me like, what the fuck? I was like, I went all
all right.
scientific on
Oh
you.
yeah. I'm thinking questions here.
He's just good.
Yeah.
He just makes you think of like your grandpa or whatever. Like just think of any of the music you kind of heard on the old movies, even all those old movies that I love. They all were big band music, right?
Yeah. It's that
And
crooning.
like I
The
said,
crooning and all the
that actually
Yeah.
takes a thing, because you particularly, I know what your parents used to listen to and stuff, so it kind of makes sense. Like they used to listen to Senile 650.
Good old senile.
Good old Cena.
But they would listen to it, so you would be used to hearing that. So hearing something like that fresh and all that would be an interesting perspective. Me, obviously, being similar to you, metalhead, stuff like this, obviously it's a little more difficult. And I know when Kelsey was in school, this is kind of when Bublé hit big, and like some of her friends were in Bublé. And, you know, at first my reaction is, because I didn't quite get it at that time, is, you know, I'd be looking at these teenage kids going like, how old are you? Why are you liking this?
They were
Because it's
old
Michael
souls.
Bublé. Like, what's not to like? I don't know. Like,
But with me, it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I will go buy the albums, but I'm going out and buying the albums because I'm buying them for Kim. It's not that I am going to buy them for myself. Myself?
yourself? There's two of you?
I've got multiple personalities,
That's
people.
split personality.
Yeah, he does.
You'd think you could clean faster then. There was two of them.
No, it's a fractured mind, one body.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Dang it.
I lost where I was going with
Sorry.
this. But
You weren't buying Bublé albums for you. You were buying them for Kim.
yeah, I would buy them for Kim. But so at that time when he first came out, I didn't necessarily have the appreciation for him. From the things that I've seen and listening to him through your albums and seeing him on, you know, the TV and stuff like
Christmas
this.
specials.
Yeah.
The fact that,
Yeah,
you know,
especially
he
the
owns the
Christmas
Giants,
specials.
which is just down the road from us.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stayed local too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lives within the hour from here.
Yeah.
it's the hometown pride and stuff
Yeah.
like this. I grew an appreciation for him for everything beyond the
about him.
music,
Yeah.
and then add the music on top of it.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
I think that's part of it too, because he is a hometown kid
Yeah.
who never left, as he said at the
never
Junos.
And he doesn't want to, right? He
No,
likes
exactly.
It here.
He
This
loves
is
it
his
here,
home.
yeah. He'll go all over the world, but he'll always come home.
Which is that song.
Right?
But he does have citizenship wherever his wife lives, doesn't he?
Argentina. Yep.
Yeah, they do live there too. At different
They do,
times of
yeah.
the year,
Some of the year.
yeah.
Well, on a
I-
day like today, they want to be
No.
here.
Well, I think
think
when the
it's-
kids are in school,
yeah, they're here, I
They're
think.
here, and
Yeah.
then during the summer
Summer.
months, they're down in
So I was
Argentina.
gonna say with school, yeah, that would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like she has her family down there and stuff. So
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. that'd
Do
be
you
difficult.
think his music might have opened up all these fans of the older 50s then, like Sinatra or stuff like that?
I mean, it could have.
Yeah,
maybe
I
opened
think
it
so.
to-
I think it's fresh blood into an older style of music. So I think it's actually a great thing for music as a whole.
Well, especially since he does covers of a lot of those older songs
Yeah.
too. So
gives people a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
And it's something different to go watch, right? Like, it's not your normal concert. It's something you can go and you sit in your seat. You don't have to be on your feet. You can just like sit back with a drink and relax and just listen
Just
to his
enjoy.
crooning, right?
Yeah.
And have your hearing when you actually leave the...
Yes.
this is true. Yeah,
Still
I can't
wear-
say my
still
ears are
wear
ever
earphones.
ringing when I left a Michael Bublé concert.
No.
I don't know, shameless plug somewhere around here.
Those loops?
We bought our loop earplugs for going forward with the shows.
Yes.
there we go.
We're going to try those out because
Yes.
we use regular earplugs, but
Yeah, no.
got to try something different.
Yeah.
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 I've heard good things about those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaks me out a little bit because I couldn't find any like approval rating from a hearing person or a what are they called?
Audiologist.
Yeah, ear, nose, throat doctors and stuff, ENTs. I couldn't find any. I'm like, okay, we'll try them, but I usually like to look for that approval.
Yeah.
We'll see. I may go back to regular earplugs. We'll see.
See, I'm learning about Michael Bublé right now.
That's
so-
good.
Yeah.
What was it? I found it surprising that he was a fisherman for 6 years with his family.
Yeah.
Right?
That was like one of his first jobs.
His first jobs, and it
At
made
14.
him appreciate
Yeah. He started.
how hard people work and give a good work ethic. And his dad is a fisherman, so like that's in his family, right?
Yeah.
It is a tough job. I've only did it 10 days, one trip out. But
That was
it's, a
enough.
tough,
Yeah.
it's a tough job.
It's funny. I have a quote for him. It says, quote, "The most deadly physical work I'll ever know in my lifetime. We'd
Yeah.
be gone for 2, sometimes 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
And the experience of living and working among guys over twice my age taught me a lot about responsibility and what it means to be a man." End quote.
Yes. What it means to be a man.
But for 6 years,
6
starting at
years.
14.
Yeah, I guess he would do it in the summer, right?
Yeah,
Like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
He would have been out there probably the same time as me then.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you did it during the summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said,
He's
once
only a
was
year
enough.
younger than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
I was gonna say the only thing I really remember about that is it came back and don't take any clothes that you love. because you never get that smell out.
Get the fish smell out.
Go buy some crappy clothes, and that's that. Ew.
Yeah, the last time I went fishing, that was no. We don't want to talk about that one.
Oh,
No.
I personally was feeding the fish.
oh, ew. Yep.
Yeah, and I was about the color green with this cord. Yep.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's kind of nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys know that he dated Emily Blunt back in 2005?
We only saw that this morning. It was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're like, I knew he dated somebody back then, but I didn't know it was
That was
Emily
her?
Blunt. And
Yeah.
but then I don't think I knew who Emily Blunt was then.
No,
Even
I don't
if he
think I
was
did either.
dating her
Not
then,
until Devil Wears Prada, and I can't
Yeah.
remember when that came out.
Yeah, so
I
it's
wasn't
just
really
like,
aware of who she was.
You know, she broke his heart. He
Lyle's
bought-
going, who?
Who? What?
See, I'm going to sit back now, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut for a while.
Okay, when we're finished here, I need to show you who Emily Blunt is because she's amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't know who she is. Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, we got some good songs out of him from that breakup. So, I mean,
Sure did.
yeah, it's all worth the. Whoop, there's
yeah,
a cat.
everything
Hi,
was
Bagheera.
reportedly
Okay.
penned for Emily Blunt. Unfortunately, their relationship didn't last very long, only like 3 years. But apparently, he started dating his wife shortly after that. So that all seemed to have worked out.
I think it did.
Fate's aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's a few songs about her too. So I mean,
Right?
we get some good songs from
Haven't met you yet. That's
Yes.
probably one of my favorite songs of his,
Yeah.
and the video is so
so
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the one interview we had recently watched was 60 Minutes Australia,
Yeah.
and it was at a time before he was in a relationship with his wife. I think he
No, they were dating.
He
They were
just
dating.
just started
Anything.
dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was funny because he was, at some point in time, I
wanna
would
be
like to
married and have
have them
kids.
married and kids, and he went
Yeah.
forth and do all that.
Yeah.
What I loved about this is she's point blank, why did you get into music?
Oh, this was good.
And he's like, well, do you want like the professional answer
Or the honest
or do you
answer?
want the honest answer?
She's like, honest.
Honest answer to pick
he
up
couldn't play
chicks.
No, that's not what he
Or,
said.
sorry. Okay, go ahead.
To get laid.
To get laid. That's right.
That's what he said. He goes, isn't that what it's all about?
What all,
He was
that's
honest.
what being a rock star is about?
And she's like, and did you? He's like, yes. Because I think he was at like 12 or 13 years old. Is like, that's why he was doing it. Because he's
Yes.
like, that's all you think about at 12 and 13 years old is getting
Getting
laid.
laid.
And I was like, dude, you're so
That's
funny.
awesome. I thought he would have said because I couldn't play hockey well enough or something.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was all
No,
about
it's
getting.
just
It was
all
all about
about
getting
getting
laid.
the girls.
It was funny because I'm
He's
watching.
being honest,
hilarious.
but it's true as
Yeah.
a musician. Well, I'll have to admit it.
yeah. It's great.
It's funny watching because obviously he's a very attractive man, and you're looking at this host and you're kind of like, I'm thinking she's into him.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
She
Totally.
was looking
Yeah.
at him like he was a piece of
Yeah, a little piece of meat.
appetizer. He also talked about women throwing their panties at him.
Oh, I've heard this story.
And he's
yeah.
like, no. He's like, he'll just be like, pick them up and be like,
Thank
no.
you.
Yeah.
No, don't throw
Like,
this at me
ew,
because
no.
yeah, he's like not into that whole part of being a musician and
yeah.
being in the public eye. He doesn't like that side of it. I don't think because he's, as he said, like he's respectful and he's a respectable
now he
man,
is.
and he doesn't want. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
I mean,
he's-
when he was starting out, he
Yeah.
wasn't quite
No,
that
no,
nice.
no, not
apparently,
there yet,
So
no.
yeah, had some
at
maturing
some
to
point
do.
he was
Yeah.
like, women need to be treated a certain way and they shouldn't be doing that. And yeah, thought that was interesting. It's
Yeah.
like most people are like, yeah. He's like, no.
Thank you, but no.
Thank you, no.
Yeah.
Keep your panties
Wife
on.
disagrees.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
And just his wholesomeness too about like, yeah, I'll take pictures with people. I'll say hi. And he walks along the beach and just is like, yeah, come on, it's okay. I like that. Just don't go up. I just like, don't go up to people when they have their kids with them. I think that's kind of, like, don't do that. If he's out,
Oh,
with
like
his-
if he's out with his
kids
family and stuff. Yeah,
don't do that.
I probably wouldn't either. I'd be just
No.
like from afar going, oh my God, that's Michael Bublé over there.
Yeah, right? Snappy picture. Snappy
Well,
picture.
once again, referring to that interview as they're walking Vancouver, so there's a bunch of people that are, taking pictures. I know there's one guy that was kind of a distance, kind of like snap,
Yeah, yeah.
snap
Snap a quick pic.
picture and stuff like this.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
But he
Approachable.
he is
Yeah.
approachable in a lot of senses. Like hopefully people be respectful.
Yeah.
But he is one of those artists that gives back kind of to the
Yeah.
community and stuff like this. He
Well, Children's Hospital for one. Yeah.
he knows where he came
Yeah.
from.
No, he loves his hometown.
He does
Yes.
love his hometown. He's
Yes, he
proud of
does.
his hometown.
Yes, yes, yes.
I couldn't find it. It was actually what I was looking for when I went for the interview. Is I heard a rumor that in the basement of his house he has a hockey rink, but I couldn't find it.
I know we saw it. We saw it somewhere in an interview once.
I think I've heard that rumor too, and I
Yeah.
didn't see that. Mind you, I didn't do a lot of looking, but I had kind of forgotten about that rumor actually.
But to be
Yeah.
fair,
I know- I
he
think
does
Chad
have a
Kruger
big
does.
rink just
Chad
right
Kruger
there.
That's right
Yeah.
there, yeah, just over there.
But I think he did.
Not
He
far.
put something in his house for
And
that.
once
yeah.
again, for all the people who are actually listening, can't see me pointing.
It's literally 5 minutes down the
200th
road.
Street? Yeah.
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 Well,
The
I know.
Langley Event Center.
The Langley Event
Yes.
Center.
Center, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Who-
10 minutes down the road.
I have seen several games there. I'm still yet to see Michael.
Right?
I think he was there the one night we were there.
Could have been.
Yeah.
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 You want to be, you don't want to be like announced that you're there.
No, it's like you just happen across them, then it's cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he owns
I don't
the
know.
team,
I'd go
so
if I
you're-
knew he was there.
I don't like hockey and I was there.
I was going to say, yeah, you guys don't like hockey, so.
That's the only
Vicky
reason.
said-
I don't mind watching hockey. I would just, if I have another reason to be
There,
there.
yeah. Definitely make the effort.
Oh yeah, especially because we were in the box seats because of my work. So I was like, this is an even
Yeah.
better chance that I'm going to see
Right?
him.
Exactly.
No,
Dang it.
damn it. It's okay. It's fine.
Just because Vicky's going to go get herself
A Giants jersey?
no, a Giants, what do you call it? Membership. Like,
Oh, the seats,
season
like
tickets.
season
ticket-
tickets or whatever.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Well, I've
like,
got
no,
season
Michael?
tickets to the Abbey Canucks, and yeah, you meet all the players all the time, but
Yeah.
never meet the management.
Yeah, that's not going to work for us.
Dang it.
No.
No.
Okay, that fun.
Even
that,
though I can see where they're sitting, and I know exactly who's been at the games, like the last few, but yeah, no. Can't
So
meet
you see them, but you don't see them.
them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
see them. Gotcha.
They're there, you just don't get to interact.
Yeah. Well, Landon Ferrero's son walked up the stands like right beside me on the first game. I'm like, oh, there's Landon Ferrero. Damn. All right.
And I'm
Yeah, I
going,
think for me it would be like one of those things that kind of like register
After
but
the
it's too
fact?
late.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
Is that oh crap.
it was, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how my experience would be.
It's a quick turnaround and run the other way, and then
Right.
oh hi, just hold on.
I just need a second.
Need to catch my
Need a
breath.
second.
Well, that's not one I read the other day. Obviously, different artists or whatever, but it was Tom Morello ordering coffee from a coffee shop, and the
Oh, it's so
barista
funny.
goes, "You know, you look like Tom Morello." He says, "Yeah, I get that a lot." Okay, and then so, well, what's your name? Tom. Oh my God, your name is Tom as well? Yeah.
Funniest
What a
thing.
coincidence.
Oh my
Didn't,
gosh,
and
that's
didn't
hilarious.
tell him that he was actually Tom Morello. Like, oh wow! I was like, put the guy out of his misery. Jeez.
It's like that Tim Hortons commercial with Sidney Crosby and the
Oh,
other guy, and they're
Nate
like,
McKinnon,
got
yeah.
the they
Yeah.
got the wigs on and stuff like that, and then the guy at the till, he's like, and was it
Sydney.
Yeah. Sorry, and he's like, and Sid, do you want the same thing or whatever it was that he says? And he's like, yeah, okay. It's like you can try to disguise yourself, but
It's not gonna
those people
work.
who really know you, they're
That's
going
right.
to recognize you.
Yeah, no. But they're okay with talking to you, which I've had that experience once. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all in good fun. Right?
It is.
as long as you take it with whatever.
Well,
you're
nowadays
doing it
too,
for.
it's different, right? Well,
Yeah.
especially since COVID, but
Yeah.
because of they want to be on social media, they want to interact with their fans, and
Mm-hmm.
they realize now how important they were or are to
Yeah.
the fans, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
forever changed everything.
yeah.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
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 So, well, he's won Juno Awards,
Yes.
and he's
Was it
hosted a
13
few.
of them?
Yeah, I think
Oh, 19, sorry.
I had on here that 2010 was his biggest year. I think he won 4 Junos for Juno Fan Choice Awards.
Of course.
Single of the Year,
Which single was it?
Haven't Met You Yet.
There you go.
Of course.
Album of the Year, Crazy Love, and Pop Album of the Year, Crazy Love.
You have that album.
Yeah.
But 2 Juno nominations for Artist of the Year and Songwriter of the Year. Crazy Love producers David Foster and Bob Rock both received 2 separate nominations for their own for the Jack Richardson Producer of the Year award. So with Bob Rock winning, typical Mr. Bob Rock. Yep.
Yeah, actually, he's been nominated for iHeart Radio Much Music Video Awards, People's Choice Awards, Juno Awards, Grammy Awards, Brit Awards, and Billboard Music Awards. Total number of his nominations is 54, but he's, quote, only won 19 of them.
Only 19.
Only 19.
That's a shame.
Out of 54.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I didn't know he was as big as he is.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
didn't. No,
Oh.
like when I was doing research, like he started off a tour in 2013 at the O2 Arena in London with the series, 10 concerts at the O2 Arena.
Okay.
What?
Well, I'm waiting. Like, so he should be doing one this year. Like, we should be seeing him this year, is my thought. But
Yeah, I don't.
haven't heard anything.
Did you look?
No,
and
not
see
yet.
if there's a tour on his?
I haven't seen anything yet.
I think he's on tour right now, but he's either over in Europe or South America
I don't
or
think
something.
it's North America.
No,
yet.
it's not.
Well, people are doing tours differently now anyway. But
They are.
Yeah.
I do love his rider for his tours. Is when he goes into stadiums, he wants a puck from the local,
The local hockey
the
team.
local hockey team.
He's a
Yeah,
hockey
it's
fan. He's a
adorable.
hockey fan. Yeah.
It's
Well,
actually part of his
he would
contract,
have been it.
apparently, to have a local
Really?
hockey team puck in his dressing room.
Because he wants to support local, or
Yeah.
he wants to know about the local,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And I lied. Did I say he held Argentinian citizenship?
It's Italy,
It's
isn't it?
Italy. Yeah, Italy and Canadian.
Yeah,
Which
because
makes
his
sense.
His
grandparents.
his
are
grandparents come
Italian,
from Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not for his wife's family; it's for his own family.
It's his own family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you can't. Well, I guess he could get another citizenship with his wife, but that'd be even more difficult, right? So
Yeah.
he can get the one through his
I think
bloodline.
she has dual citizenship
Yeah.
too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I just knew he had to. So I didn't know which country. I just assumed it was for his wife. So my bad.
Yeah, I thought I had read that or heard that, but maybe I'm thinking of her having
Probably,
dual
yeah, 'cause
citizenship
she
as well.
would.
But yeah,
Because their kids would.
yes,
Yeah.
the kids would definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think where I really appreciated his singing was because
His Christmas albums.
Christmas albums.
She's got those too.
Thanks. Like we mentioned social media a lot, and I'm on TikTok, and I happened to see him on The Voice. And there was that one with Snoop Dogg, him, I forget the other two.
Wasn't I don't know. I don't watch The Voice, so I'm not sure
No.
who was on with him.
Okay.
Gwen
But-
Stefani
I'm
and
still
Yeah,
trying
thank
to
you.
realize.
And Reba.
and Reba. Okay,
Yeah,
Was it
and they
Reba?
did a
Oh.
and they did a
yeah, she's been on a
performance.
couple seasons now, I think.
And I was like, okay, it's got a great voice. Okay, I like this. Even Snoop Dogg, he could actually sing too, which was crazy.
I find it funny is we're talking how Lyle in certain aspects is narrow-minded in some of his musical taste. What the hell are you doing watching The Voice?
I saw it on TikTok, so I'm curious. I'm just well, as I said at the New Year's podcast, was I'm trying to listen to newer music.
Newer music.
I'm trying to discover new artists, and
Hey, he is doing this. He is showing us new artists that he finds.
Yep.
They strangely sound like 80s heavy
Sounds a
metal.
lot like what we already
But
listened to. Yeah.
he is trying.
I am. And so I was curious to see like how the judging and what he thinks of other artists, and
What do you think about like his compilations, or have you heard many of them?
I haven't heard it.
No.
No. So
Okay.
yeah. So I
He's got
kind
a
of
really he's got a really good one with Bryan Adams that came out on his last album.
and I noticed that too. He does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lot of artists.
Yeah.
So I'm learning about him. I think it could take me a while to actually sit and listen.
Appreciate.
Appreciate
well, not
him.
appreciate, because you said you appreciate
yeah,
him
respect
as
him
a
as an
singer.
artist.
You
Yeah,
just, it's
great
not,
voice.
yeah, you're not into it.
Just
I
the
think you have to
style of
find
music.
You have to find that song, the one song that's not as much that style. Which there is some that are like not so ingrained in it. I'm gonna say.
Listen to After All. That's his compilation with Bryan Adams that might work for you.
Sorry, Mr. Bublé, if you hear this.
It's okay. He understands not everybody loves him.
That's
I
right.
was going to say the counter thing is considering the style of music and everything he does is the fact that he has not been asked to do a Bond theme just blows my mind.
Because which one was it we were listening
You would
to
actually
earlier?
probably do that pretty good.
He would
He
do
would
a
do
really
it
good
any
one.
good.
It'd be
That would
so
be good.
good.
It would
Yeah,
be
because there
amazing.
was one I was like, this totally sounds like it would be off of Bond, and I can't remember now which one it was I was listening to earlier, and I was like, it totally sounds like a Bond song. And I was like, oh, and he was in a suit, and I was like, yeah, you could totally.
So whenever we decide on the new Bond, Michael Bublé should be the one singing the anthem.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got things spinning through my head right now. So, yeah, anyway, that'll be for after the show.
Right?
Yeah, because all the people that are actually listening don't want to hear what you want to.
Nope,
No.
not done this. Nope. No.
Why not?
I was gonna say this is why they would tune in, is to like, what other shit are these people gonna spew?
What's he thinking? What is everybody
out of their
thinking right now?
mouths?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No. So I did look up little things about fun facts, and I know Vicky had the same.
I had the same list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's because
Yeah.
it's one list. I saw that on everything.
Yeah, this one I
Yeah,
got from
exactly,
U.S.
yeah.
Magazine or something.
Yeah.
So Us Magazine, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
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 I think my favorite is that he only wears Muppet socks.
Yeah,
and
that's
colored
funny.
boxer briefs.
So funny.
Right?
Yeah.
I
He
saw
wears these like beautiful suits with Muppet socks. That's
Why
awesome.
not?
Like no, what he met the Queen of England, but was more freaked out when he met
The
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the socks. I can understand. Okay, that makes sense. Why tell us about the boxers? We really don't need to know, and there's no reason we're going to see them.
You want to know what else? He loves big dill pickles.
Yes.
That's so funny.
See, now that's bringing a whole different take in my mind when he's like, I'm a man's man.
Pickles.
Wait.
But like us, he had a mullet too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
growing up.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure did. Did you see that video of him playing piano at home?
No.
With his little brother, little sister. I don't remember which one.
Sisters,
but
he has.
Yeah, the one that came up and like was distracting him or whatever. But you see the mullet and you're just like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Right. So funny.
Had the mullet, but did he have the porn stash?
Right.
I don't think I ever saw him with a porn stash.
No, he would never.
So the one I saw too was he won a talent contest at age 18, but was disqualified for being underage.
I think I saw
Really?
that one too. Yeah.
But that person that disqualified him went on and put him into another like talent contest or something.
Yeah.
which he won, right?
Yeah, he won that.
Yeah.
And then he appeared on an episode of Days of Our Lives in 2003.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The other one, where's the other one?
He was uncredited in a couple episodes of the X-Files.
Yeah,
Oh.
I saw that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that in your notes. I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
But obviously, at that time, we wouldn't have known who he was.
He doesn't drink because he had holiday heart syndrome.
Holiday heart syndrome?
Holiday heart syndrome.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that
No,
one.
This
all right.
one, I'll read you what it is because I was like, what is that? So HHS, also known as alcohol-induced arterial fibrillation, geez, is a potentially fatal condition that can occur when someone experiences a sudden heart rhythm disturbance after binge drinking.
Oh, wow.
Often observed during holidays, vacation, and long weekends. It can affect people who don't drink regularly but binge drink occasionally, as well as healthy people without heart disease. So that's why he doesn't drink anymore, apparently.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck
There's
is
been a
that?
disturbance in your force.
Maybe it was because back, what was it, 2016? Well, he would have stopped drinking before that, actually.
Yeah, the liver.
The liver cancer.
Yeah.
But he underwent treatment and has made a full recovery, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, trying to live up to his, the other people in the genre, because it was, smoke cigarettes and drink the brandy.
and or
'cause
bourbon or whatever.
Well, that was he said he has an ashtray and whiskey always present at the piano.
I've never noticed, actually.
Apparently, this is what it's saying. He stated that he writes music best while doing that. Maybe he doesn't do that anymore though, because he can't drink or doesn't want to drink.
We'll
Right?
give the
No,
the,
maybe
the
it's
lounge
just for
feel.
the, I was going to say
aesthetic,
maybe it's just
like,
for
the way it looks.
inspiration of
Yeah.
the setting or whatever, yeah.
Burn a little incense in the ashtray.
Right?
Well, he's got good taste in
know.
movies. He loves The Princess Bride.
Yes,
Yes.
love that.
They say when he's at dinner, he often orders everything on the menu for the table.
Yeah.
He thinks Slurpees are the greatest invention since insulin. And then, I had his favorite movie is The Princess Bride as well.
His go-to food is Old El Paso
Tacos. Yes. Tacos.
I love this. So he loves redheads and one
Argentinian blonde.
Blonde. Argentinian blonde. And then that one that I saw earlier that we talked about before was where he was on Celebrity IOU with the Property Brothers because he wanted to honor his grandpa's last wish and give the caretaker of his grandpa the home that was his grandpa's because he didn't want her to have to ever pay rent again. And so then they renovated it and gave it to her and her family. I was just like, okay, that's the most beautiful thing
So sweet.
I've ever seen. Like, what kind of, it's an amazing gift. Like, it's a home in Vancouver.
Yes.
Phew.
Exactly.
She must have been a really good caregiver. Yeah.
Well, probably part of the family, just like
Totally.
You know,
Well, that's what they were
it's
saying
the
about
Italian family. You know,
Yeah.
you have dinner at their house once in your family.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yep. Yeah. Been there. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
What else was
because
there?
my cousins, their mom's side of the family
Italian,
is
yeah.
Italian, and I remember before they were born. I remember when my uncle and aunt got married, and just the spread for their wedding.
The food.
It was just amazing. Yes, the foods was just amazing and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. I remember seeing my...
It's because they're jealous of my cousins, because obviously last year they went on a trip to Italy.
Yeah, they did. But, well, your cousin's fiance is also Italian. That's, I think, part of the reason they went there.
Yeah, I went to my cousin's confirmation. It was a 10-course meal. Yeah, and her grandmother was like, "We must eat, we must fatten
Yes.
you up."
Fatten you up.
Manja, manja.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
My goodness.
Yeah.
that's Italians.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
But yeah,
that is the Michael Bublé.
the Michael Bublé. We love him.
We do.
Well, most of us love him.
For sure, this
Lyle
quadrant.
appreciates him.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll never hear the end of this. Anyway.
No.
No, you will
I
not.
was gonna say what people aren't gonna see is Mike's gonna be turned off, and all of a sudden he's gonna be set in the room and like, listen to this.
You are going
Like
to
I
sit
said,
here and you're going to
it'll
like
be,
it.
you know, when he's been a bad boy and he needs punishing, then
we'll play
this is
Bublé.
what we'll do.
No, but see,
And
that's not
that's
fair.
no. I was going to say that's nothing
No.
on Michael Bublé's music
No.
at all.
Well, no, because then that's also, but you're punishing him to make him listen to you. You got to get him to have an appreciation for what he's
That's
listening
true.
to.
Okay, so
That's
what we
just
need
maybe
to
that
do
won't
is we
work.
need to enlist Donna and we need to have her play the music when he's sleeping.
There
Put it
we
in
go.
his ear. and
Exactly.
when he's
Like be
asleep.
like a hypnosis tape
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
So, Donna, when you listen to this, apparently there's a project for you.
project. I wonder if
when
she
you get
likes
back
them.
from Florida.
That's right. We need you to play these songs every night while he's sleeping.
I don't know. I don't know if she likes them.
I know. I was wondering. I was just going to ask you. Do
I
you
don't
know? You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh,
Well, he has earbuds.
that's right.
Yeah,
She
that'll
doesn't have
work.
to listen to it.
I
She's
just-
not the one in trouble.
I can imagine her though. She's going to do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be in the truck with Lyle. We're going to be heading to a hockey game, and Lyle obviously
We'll
plays
start
music,
singing.
and all of a sudden he'll have like a Bublé set list for the two of us in the truck.
Who are you?
What are you doing?
Why are we playing this? I don't know. I just had a
I know,
hankering.
it was fun.
I just had this. I don't know why.
That's
I don't know what caused this. Yeah.
Funny.
Gets me in the mood for hockey now, right?
Yes.
That's right. That is right. All right.
And with that, that is
Anything
the
else?
Michael Bublé. I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. With that, we'll catch you guys
I
on the
learned some
B-side.
stuff.
Oh,
yes.
you what?
I learned some stuff. So
Oh, that's good.
That's
yeah, we'll
good.
be good. So.
And we didn't mention that he's the king of Christmas.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes.
Just on a side note.
a side
Yeah,
note.
okay.
Okay.
Got to watch that, all of it.
It was briefly mentioned.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the B-side.
Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast, and make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, and let us know what you would like us to talk about. Until next time.